bitches. Women are equal and they deserve respect. Just kidding, they should suck my dick. Vagina, vagina. I wanna have sex with your vagina. Vagina, vagina. 2 + 2 = vagina. My love is like lightning. It gives girls orgasms. My dick is like an airplane. It gives girls orgasms. I'm the Wayne Gretzky of sexual stuff. I'm the Hulk Hogan of slamming muff. I'm the Indiana Jones of exploring crotch. I'm the Shakespeare of enormous cock. I'm the Helen Keller of having sex. No, wait, that's a bad example. Why did my penis cross the road? To get to the other vagina. Vagina. I wanna have sex with your vagina. 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 E = MC vagina. I've got a present for you right here. Actually, it's not a present. It's my penis. And I like to call it the spear. 'Cause spears are long and hard, just like my penis. I don't like it when you talk. 'Cause that just means you're not sucking my cock. Love is for girls and gays. If you wanna be with me, it goes one of 2 ways. Either you have sex with me, or you have sex with me. I have really good sex moves that I learned in China. I'm a sexual tiger, and I feed on vagina. Vagina, vagina. I wanna have sex with your vagina. Vagina, vagina. What time is it? It's vagina. What's the difference between a girl's mouth and a girl's vagina? There is none. I want my penis to be inside both of those things. I'm a good sex man. Girls love my sex. I'm a good sex man. 'Cause my sex is the best. I'm like Jean-Claude Van Damme. But instead of fighting people, I have sex with them.
fucking trash your lights? Do you want me to fucking trash them? Fuck! And what the fuck is it with you?
I was looking at the light.
Fuck! And what the fuck is it with you?
I was looking at the light.
Fuck! And what the fuck is it with you?
I was looking at the light.
Fuck! And what the fuck is it with you?
I was looking at the light.
It's fucking distracting. Oh, good. 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 No, no, fuck, no. 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 No. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. Think for one fucking second. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Think for one fucking second. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Think for one fucking second. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Think for one fucking second. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? Give me a fucking answer.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
You are trashing my scene.
Shut the fuck up, would you? Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
And I ain't walking on this set if you're still
Shut
hired.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
I'm fucking serious.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut up if you can't take a joke.
You are trashing my scene. What don't you fucking understand? 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 Fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? Fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? Fucking kick your fucking ass. What don't you fucking understand? Fucking kick your fucking ass. Seriously, man, you and me, we're fucking done professionally. Fucking ass.
Hi neighbor, welcome again to this neighborhood. I'd like to show you something. You know what this is? Or maybe if I press this button. This is a cassette player with a little cassette in here, and there's nothing written on it, so we'll just have to play it to see what it is. Do you ever imagine things? Are they scary things? Do you ever imagine things? Things you'd like to have? Did you ever see a cat's eyes in the dark and wonder what they were? Did you ever pretend about things like that before? Did you ever grow anything in the garden of your mind? You can grow ideas in the garden of your mind. It's good to be curious about many things. You can think about things and make believe. All you have to do is think and they'll grow. Imagine every person that you see is somewhat different from every other person in the world. Some can do some things, some can do others. Did you ever think of the many things you've learned to do? Did you ever grow anything in the garden of your mind? You can grow ideas in the garden of your mind. It's good to be curious about many things. You can think about things and make believe. All you have to do is think and they'll grow. Did you feel like going like that? Let's give the fish some food. Mr. McFeely, I didn't order any whistles.
That's what they call a slide whistle, friends.
Did you feel like going like that? There are so many things to learn about in this world, and so many people who can help us learn, and so many people who can help us learn. Did you ever grow anything in the garden of your mind? In the garden of your mind. You can grow ideas in the garden of your mind. In the garden of your mind. It's good to be curious about many things. You can think about things and make believe. All you have to do is think. You can think about things and make believe. All you have to do is think, and they'll grow.
Welcome to the Rando State. My house alarm went off for a second, or was being unlocked. But it's fine. Everything's cool. Unless somebody snuck in or snuck out. I don't know. This is really loud in my headphones. I gotta kill this. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Alright. So, I'm going to do a real kind of shortish one tonight. It's been about 7 streams. And it's time for a performance review. So, we're going to need some 1s through 5s in the chat. And let's see. What did I write down here? 1 will be satisfactory. 5 will be unsatisfactory. And that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to talk about what I had for dinner. I know that's going to be riveting. And this new show I'm going to watch that I'm going to start on and then watch this something else once I end this stream and watch the second episode. Because I rather enjoyed it. And I almost thought about not streaming tonight to watch it. But then I was like, no, I stick to my actions. So, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that. Alright, first of all, once again, 1 for satisfactory through 5 for unsatisfactory. Does Victor Rand demonstrate required job skills and knowledge? I'll wait. Come on, you're my bosses. Let's hear me out. It's time to do that. I'll just go ahead and put a 4. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Just guessing. I guess I'll have to wait for the chat to catch up. Oh, well, P-dubs. We're doing a performance review on me. And since I am the employee and boss, sort of, but I don't have anyone else to throw this thing off of, so I'm going to ask you all 3. Oh, good for Eric Foams. That helps. That means I am not quite satisfactory, but not quite unsatisfactory. A middling employee, which is the kind I aspire to be. Let me see, what was I doing? Is there still music going, or am I done? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a performance review, and I lost my shit here. Demonstrates the required job skills and knowledge. That would be a 1 for very satisfactory, and a 5 for very unsatisfactory. 3 would be something in the middle, like, it's good enough. A good meh. A good meh. You gotta love a good meh. So, there was that one. Eric Foams has said 3. I will take that. I like a meh. A good meh. It's just like this stream. I think it's just the mic. Do I need to turn up my mic? Fucking stupid mic. This is as blasted as it gets. I'll put it closer to my face. How does that work? See, and the strange thing is, I can hear the damn thing. If I say it on my... But I don't have anyone else. Let's see. 3.2. That's good. I like a meh. Yeah. See, I can hear myself talk on the phone, which is the only thing I have as a monitor. And it sounds great. I can hear it just fine. Maybe that's got some difference. Maybe it's different through computer speakers. The mic is just D quality. Well, I haven't got to that. The mic it's as good as Medicare's. But I plan on upgrading that mic. Actually, once I'm able to go to the other spot and do that more easily, there's better equipment there that I can use. I'll get a nice Shure, run it through. I can run it through a Marshall amplifier and a preamp and all kinds of fancy gadgets. But that's it's not in the cards at the moment. All right, so. Next question, or next, what do you call it? Next evaluation topic, I guess it would be, or I don't know. I don't do this kind of shit in real life because I'm not like an office person. So, has the ability to learn and use new skills. 5 would be unsatisfactory. 1 being very satisfactory. I'll wait for your responses. Like a bad, yeah, that's because it does sound like a bad phone call. See, well, I don't get that. Is it you or me? You gotta love a good bet. See, on my, it sounds fine through my phone. Oh, I'm way behind. There we go. All this dead air. I'm gonna ruin my review trying to do a review stream. My performance is going down as I do this. That's never good. Phrasing. Oh yeah, where was I? That. Okay. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird not hearing stuff. With all this fucking dead air, what am I doing here? Still waiting on 1s and 5s. It's like I'm writing this down, by the way. All the numbers I'm writing down, so I can add up the score at the end of this, and you know, decide whether or not I should end hero, which I'm not going to, because I'm also the boss here. Anyway, this crappy shit shack of a business. Three, excellent. Middling, I'm loving it. I love a 3. It's great. All right, next question. So let's see, we got a 3 and a 3, and I think someone said a 4 in there. Why did I didn't think to write this down until I thought about it, writing it down. So far, right down the middle, like a good strike, like a good pitch. Like a good pitch. All right. Responds effectively to assigned responsibilities. Once again, 1 is very satisfactory. 5 is unsatisfactory. I myself would probably say 4. Because there's a lot of stuff I've been trying to get done and I just don't have the time to do. So it all gets done very slow. So I respond late to assigned responsibilities that I assign to myself. Oh, sounds better now. Well, that's good. It's probably the beer. It's probably hard to listen to a stream through beer. The speak of fidelity isn't the greatest, you know. I need a good I need a voice for P-Dubs. I don't know what I would use. I kind of know what he sounds like. He kind of sounds like Eric Phones, if I remember. Because Eric Phones are like 3, dog. I really need a low latency chat. That's what I need. Need to be quicker. I was looking for the delay thing on this. I was trying to get it down, but see, I put it back up a little bit by like 5 seconds because whatchamacallit. Oh, it was giving me shit, not wanting to stay a nice stable connection throughout. So I put the delay up a little bit because that makes it go over the hump a little. Still waiting on some 1s and 5s here. I keep on forgetting the fucking delay is killing me on this kind of stuff. It's harder to interact with chat because of this. I understand 350. 350 new. Wonderful. Goddamn Loch Ness Monster. Getting that performance review. Alright. And let me see. Listens to direction from management. Well, I'd have to say that's... I tell myself, once again, that's kind of the sort of... With the thing... Oh, wait. I skipped a question. That's alright. We'll just go back to it, because there's no order to this. I listen to my own direction. I can't help but to listen to my own direction, so I'm going to put a 1 for myself. Because... that's, you know, it's kind of hard not to just listen to your own brain tell you to do things, and then you do things. And sometimes you don't even think about what you're doing. You just do it. There's like a complete closed circuit. There's not even any kind of... There's no separation between management and the low-level employees at all. Like, they just act as like one person because they're just one person. And that's a good thing. That's the kind of the way a business is run. You got that, what do you even call it? You know, synergy. You got that synergy going on between management and your low-level employees. So, like, I tell my brains, I'm fucking around in Reason down. Sorry, man. I'm like half paying attention. I'm fucking around in Reason downloading sound refills. Yeah. I don't know what that is. I use Reaper. I kind of figured you'd be more of a Fruity Loops guy. Yeah. But that's fine. I'm just we'll just middle on here. Meets attendance requirements. Well, I certainly have been doing a good job at that. Every Saturday, right around midnight, that shit fires up. So I'm just gonna go give myself a 1. Give myself a 1 right there, and I think it said 350. I'll have to wait around for the chat to put things in there so they can say things. And I could record averages, and then I can figure out how well I'm doing. But attendance has never been a problem with me. I am, well, okay, I'm late a lot, but I'm always there. So that's for something. You can be late as long as they know you're coming. You know what I'm saying? I never really played around with Fruity Loops, dog. Neither have I. I'd like to have some Fruit Loops. They were delicious. Of course, I am joined tonight by my trusty friend, Sunkissed Orange, sponsored by Sunkissed Orange. Product of shit. The hell is it? Where is it at? There's a can. Oh, sunkissedsoda.com. Oh wait, here we go. 2018 Sunkissed Growers Incorporated, which is actually they grow oranges and shit, and they actually sell produce too. So I'm assuming all their natural orange flavoring is what they put in this shit. It's all the fucking, all the bits of rind and citrus juice that falls onto the factory floor that gets put into the delicious Sunkissed orange. 2018 Sunkissed Growers and Dr. Pepper 7-Up Incorporated. You know what's crazy? How is it when you go to a restaurant that has Pepsi, you get Dr. Pepper there? We have Dr. Pepper. It's very odd. I never understood that. You go to a place that has Coke products, well, they have Barks. I don't even fuck with root beer, to be honest with you. I don't like it so much. I don't really like Dr. Pepper either. But a delicious orange soda? That's always hitting the spot. Wonder if Alright. Checking this, checking that. Next question. Takes responsibility for actions. Once again, gonna have to write down a 1. I have no choice other than to take responsibility for actions that I have done. I talk and say things. What happens, there's nothing there. And can also go on. Check this out. Yeah, that's still happening. Don't have any, not getting a lot of feedback. I'll just go ahead and continue on with myself. You guys can just throw numbers in as you like. Honors commitments. Well, that sort of has the attendance requirements, but I'm going to go ahead and ding myself down to a 3 because there are certain things that I've soft committed to that I haven't been able to complete, like doing some work on some of the image roles. I'd like to, that Mr. Rogers song that I play. I think that's going to be kind of like, the proto theme song going into it. Like it's going to be the last song that plays before the stream starts, and then once I get my intro cinematics, I guess, put down, those will be it'll be the last song that plays before the title card, I guess it would be. I don't know what they're called, but before the opening theme begins, it'll be the last song that plays before that. And the stuff before that will probably shift around somewhat. Depends on when things strike me and how that music its copyright status, and how like most of this stuff I try and keep as copyright free as possible, mainly because I ain't trying to have motherfuckers run ads over my shit when I'm not monetized, probably will never be monetized. So fuck them. Like, I'm just ganking your shit. Fuck you. Like, trust me, I'm doing you a favor by playing this stuff in some small way. I would hope people would do the same for, other things like that. Let's see what we got here. No, nothing in the Twitters. Why am I checking Twitter at fucking work? What am I doing? That's nonsense. I'm a terrible employee. Look at me. Looking at fucking social media while I'm on the job. That's awful. I should fire myself. Let's see. Demonstrates problem-solving skills. I'm going to have to go ahead and probably put a 4 on there. Albeit, I do solve the problems that I've had, but I don't solve them good enough. Like, I was trying to do that whole quote, those tweet threads last week with Magog and Social Rec. And, I should have solved the problem, used the display capture. That way everyone could read through them with me on the image roll. But I did not. And I'm going to have to ding myself a bit from that. So we're going to say that's, marginal. I have to say that's marginal. Let's see here. Offers constructive suggestions for improvement. I don't know how that is, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 3. I'm just going to go ahead and put a 3 there. So we're going to say that's I meet the requirements. Generates creative ideas and solutions. Now, I will say we're going to go ahead and put a 2 for that one because I'm very creative, as you can tell. I thought, what'd be good for a stream? We'll just go ahead and get a basic template for an employee review and just run it through a stream. Then I'll have chat do stuff like that. So, we're going to go ahead and put a 2 there. Not quite the best, but satisfactory. Satisfactory. How is my viewership going up with this god-awful stream? This is crazy. 6 people watching, and I'm just doing a review on myself that's not even fair and totally biased in my favor. That's insane. Of course, it's another thing. People will sit there and talk about, oh, something's happening over here, my viewership is going up. How the fuck would random people just know what you were doing when they weren't listening to you? So when all of a sudden some shit gets good in some way, like there's like a magical fucking like a bat signal that goes out into the YouTube world and people start watching. I've never understood that. And I've seen that effect like several times on a stream where like things will start to get funny or entertaining and the viewership goes up, and I don't fucking understand it. It's like, how did they know if they weren't already like watching? How do they know that it got good? There's no way that many people are like, oh man, shit's getting good in this stream now, fucking tweeting it out, and then people go, oh, go check it out now, this guy says it's getting great. That doesn't make any sense to me. How does that happen? Maybe it's Discord, because I don't see a lot of tweets out there that are like, oh, well, like I said, like, oh, this shit's getting good, and just not in enough Discord servers or some shit. I don't even half understand fucking Discord, to be honest with you. It seems like a bitch to try and share stuff. You'd have to go into every server and post stuff or something. I don't know. Anyway, on to the next thing. On to the next thing. Let's see. Meets challenges head on. I guess we'll put that one a 3. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck that even means for what I'm doing. But I guess if the challenge is start your computer and go live on YouTube and run some basic OS software, then yes, it meets that challenge head on. And maybe try to not stop talking for more than 30 seconds at a time. I'm not so good at that one, but you know, I'm working on it. Let's see. Demonstrates innovative thinking. We're going to go ahead and put with a 5 there. Because nothing I'm doing is that fucking innovative. This is probably the most innovative thing I thought of, and really it's just something that every company does. So, alright. Let's soldier on with some other shit here. Find some more questions. Let's see. Oh, this will be good. Z? Nope. That's not it. How do I do this? Boom. All right. Continue on. We'll say, how would you rate honesty? Am I an honest person, chat? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I say nothing but the truth. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 there. Because everything I say is 100% true and scientifically verifiable in 20 years. Did my chat die? Nope. It's no one saying anything. Everybody's lurking, doing other stuff. Well, that's okay. Feel a little lonely. A little lonely. I got getting any feedback. That's okay, though. Where was I? Oh, yes. Productivity. My productivity. How is my productivity? That's a good question. Well, I've sat here and talked and done things. I've done it all the time. I don't know what I've produced. Maybe some laughs. Maybe some tears. Maybe some feelings. Maybe some thoughts. So we're just going to go ahead and put that a 3 because I don't fucking know. Work quality. We're just going to go ahead and put that as a 4. Somewhat unsatisfactory, but not terrible. Technical skills. Going to go ahead and put that a 4 too. This ain't looking good. It's not looking good. Might get a pink slip. Work consistency. There we go. There's a saving grace. We'll just go ahead and say that's a 2. I've been very consistent with what I'm doing. Nothing has changed too much. Well, it has changed a bit, just very slowly. Enthusiasm. Well, sir, I am gung-ho as a motherfucker. We're going to go ahead and put a 2 there for that as well. Cooperation. Once again, I cooperate with myself very well. I tend to have no disagreements. So I'm going to go ahead and put a 1 there. Attitude. I have a terrible attitude about everything. So fuck that. That's a 4. It's initiative. Oh, obviously that's a 1 because I didn't have to have someone tell me to do this, or I told myself to do this and I did it. But even then, I was showing initiative. No one, you know. Working relations, that's also going to be a number 1. I'm a team player on this team of me. Creativity. We're going to go ahead and put a 4, much like the previous question. I don't know why they repeat these things so much. Oh wait, because I'm using different templates, so they're going to go over that. I need to find one that's like a little specific but not related to YouTube at all. We'll probably just move on to the next subject. Dependability, also very good. communication skills. I don't know what those are like. So we're just going to go ahead and put a 3 there. Because I don't know if what I'm saying is getting through to anything. Alright. So, now I shall make an average. Do I have a calculator on hand? I do have a calculator on hand. Let's see. I didn't use it today. How many numbers we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 25 factors. Go ahead and do this in here for... Excuse me while I do some math, while I do some calculating. Calculating up. Oops. Made an error there. Can't have errors. That might affect my performance review negatively. Not going to get that big bonus. 3. Shit. Losing count. 1, 3, 4, 2. Terrible, guys. I'm sorry to put you through this while I math. But it has to be done. Otherwise there will be no not gonna get my raise. 3. Alright. And then we divide that, what, 25? And my average rating is 2.56. So, just slightly above marginal. Slightly above meh. That's great. That's like, basically, I am a B student. Not a B plus, not a B minus. Just a B. Just a normal, getting on by B. That's alright. Alright. Cool. Well, job is safe for another week. Gonna have to watch that. Alright, so, on to the next thing. Dinner, we had a smorgasbord of roast beef, roast chicken, mashed potatoes and corn, and gravy. I followed that up with some s'morios, because I bought some more s'morios. They're delicious. But I gotta tell you, got a really nice roast from the Market District. It was very tender. Had that nice piece of back fat on there, but not too much. That was good. A very, very tender roast. And the chicken was also very tender. Cooked thoroughly. Very good. Very, very buttery mashed potatoes. All went together perfectly. So I got to have chicken and roast beef and some mashed potato all on one fork. And that was wonderful. That was wonderful. Might go get some Chipotle tomorrow. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. And of course, I washed it all down with a lovely Sunkissed orange. Sponsored by Sunkissed. That's the spot. Alright. So that was dinner. And that was delicious. It was good dinner. Kind of getting hungry again. Even though I ate too much at dinner, kind of felt like I was, my spine didn't have to support the rest of my body because, it was just all packed in there. So I just was kind of filled up with food. Well, with chicken and beef. Chicken and beef and taters and corn and gravy from Sunkissed. Delicious nectar of the gods, Sunkissed. Alright, so my final topic for tonight, if anybody has anything else to talk about, I started watching this new series on Amazon called The Boys. So I watched the first episode. I have to say, it was rather enjoyable. I'll give you a quick synopsis. So there's this nerdy ass motherfucker that works in a what do you call it? I think most people get the idea of the show is that there are superheroes in the world, and you know they're not all what they seem. But to be honest with you, it reminds me a lot of My Hero Academia. Or My Hero Macadamia. Is it Academia or Macadamia? Because I don't see any cookies in there. I do see a school, so it must be some kind of academy. Yeah. But it'd be cool if it was My Hero Macadamia, because Macadamia is nice. Get some macadamia. Oh, wait. This is macadamia nuts. Macaroons are the fucking cookies. I was thinking of the cookies. Never mind. My Hero Macadamias. But anyhow, yeah, The Boys is pretty good. It reminds me of My Hero Macadamia because they basically have a corporation out of it. Oh yeah, One Punch Man did the same thing. Yeah, it is kind of like that, to where they're not quite what they seem. And well, you see, Eric, The Boys is pretty good. It's kind of like The Watchmen. It is. But anyhow, like, so, I liked it. First episode, this kid's like working in a fucking Best Buy or whatever, you know, like a local Best Buy, which I didn't think actually existed. It'd be cool if they did and I knew where they were. Like the coconut cookies? I don't know. Macaroons are all kind of different things. You can have all kinds of different macaroons. You can have coconut macaroons. You can have chocolate macaroons. You can have buttercream filled, strawberry glazed with stuff, and all kinds of crazy shit. They are all kinds of macaroons out there. There is a macaroon for every person. I kind of want to have a s'mores one. Because the s'mores one would be good. I've just got s'mores on the brain lately because of them s'morios. But it'd be a good, you know, more like a good graham cracker. It's a little chocolate and some marshmallow. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. But the macadamia nuts are those fucking... Yeah, macadamia cookies. Oh, those are shit. You get them at a Subway. And they're like the nuts. They're like nuts that kind of taste like a vanilla chocolate chip, I think. Or maybe those are just vanilla chocolate chips that they put in them. But I like the macadamia cookies. Anyhow. So anyway, this dude's working in a fucking, you know, like a Best Buy. And his, like, girlfriend comes to visit him. And she wants to go and bang. And they, like, walk outside and the dumb bitch steps off on the street and gets hit by some dude running by really fast. And her shit explodes. Because he's like the Flash, but he's black, so he just steals really. You know. And the guy's like not even sorry about it. You know, you come to find out later in the episode. Because he don't give a fuck. Why would they care? Like, if you had superpowers and you were basically above normal people, why would you care about the fucking ants? Like, you don't sit around and think too. I mean, we like dogs and cats and animals and shit, but you don't fucking think of the bugs. You don't give a fuck. Kill bugs every fucking day. Don't even give a shit. And that's fine. So, I mean, if there are super people out in the world like that, what are you gonna do? I mean, you can try and kill them. That would be the idea. But, you know, good luck. You gotta get your kryptonite out. But, so anyhow, so he's, you know, a little upset about that. Because he watched his girlfriend explode in front of him, and he's just holding her hands. I wonder if he saved him. Because there wasn't much else left of her. He could still get an old-fashioned from time to time. But, and then there's this, you know, Midwestern broad that, and she's super sweet and she's naive. And they kind of have, like, a weird sort of a parallel story arc going on in a way, it seems, because she's getting. Well, they're both finding out things aren't quite what they seem in a sense, because she gets accepted to be part of this fucking corporation that basically, they sort of, God damn it, like, whatever. So anyhow, they, what do you call it? Sort of extort cities to pay for their services, much like, I don't know, much like a mafia. There's some actual real life application of that, but I can't think of what it is at the moment. So they do that, and you find out the one guy is kind of a dick, like the head guy is kind of a dick, and I have a feeling Carl Urban's trying to be like the supervillain, which honestly, if you had superpowers, being a supervillain in that world would be kind of fucking awesome. Actually, being either one, because they get paid. But they also and they actually run this sort of like, okay, you get this hero and he takes care of crime in your city. It is very much like the mafia, actually. You're paying for protection, essentially. And they God, I seriously just watched this and I'm fucking spacing out on it. I'm terrible at this. I gotta sit down and do a real serious review video like V. Anyhow. So he ends up working with Dr. McCoy from the new Star Trek to start taking down this corporation that essentially rents out. They're like a weird version of the WWE and the mob. That's what it reminds me of, because basically, they're all trying to get more popular, which is like how like My Hero Academia works. And the more popular they get, just like any sort of like professional athlete, the more popular a wrestler, you goose, they can, command higher prices. They get better venues. So like the best ones get to protect New York, and the shitty ones probably get sent to like podunk fucking places in the South or whatever. And that sort of thing. So they kind of got like a WWE business model going on with their actual wrestlers, because I'm pretty sure they're actual like superheroes, because I'm pretty sure they're subcontracted in a way. And but it's like, I don't know, it's a weird amalgam of like WWE, the mafia, and social media in a sense. So he's working with him to try and put a bug in their boardroom so they can sit around and talk stuff. And the one girl gets hired to be part of the Seven. Well, she gets hired to join the actual company itself. And then Aquaman tries to he succeeds, and she blows him so she can get on the Seven and be part of the main, like the Justice League equivalent. Which I was kind of surprised she did, to be honest with you, but it wouldn't be a story about realizing certain things. And of course he makes a joke about it, which I saw the guy walk out initially because he's called the Deep. I just kind of figured he was gay, but I was wrong. And at least in the show, I was wrong. And then so he gets this BJ from her, and then the Invisible Man. Yeah. He's a pervert, apparently. He hangs out in restrooms. Which is fucking weird. But I guess if you were invisible, it's probably what you do. But he ends up finding this bug because he watched him drop it. And, so he follows him back, and he and Dr. McCoy, the nerdy kid, who's kind of like, I don't know, he would be a sort of a Lovecraftian protagonist in the sense that he's cowardly and sickly in a lot of ways. Maybe not, I don't know. So anyhow, this kid and Dr. McCoy fight the Invisible Man in the fucking electronics shop and kill the motherfucker because he like gives him the old zap from a bare wire, and so they kill this guy, dump him in their truck, and that was where more or less the episode ended. Well, then Captain Super America, basically he was working for the Clintons and he made this guy's plane crash. I'm sure it was an accidental suicide. So that happened at the end of the episode. And now I kind of want to go watch the next one. So I'm probably going to go watch the next one in a few minutes. Unless you guys have something else you would like to speak about. Yeah. I'll give it some time while I think about it. Her superpower seems to be that she's a living flash. The one girl's superpower seems to be that she is her name's Starlight. And I think she's just a living flash grenade that can probably probably have some heat, and she seems to be super strong and kind of tough too, so that's cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of their versions of common heroes, because like they have a Justice League going on where Captain Super America is basically like Superman and Captain America, which is why I call her Captain Super America. Or is he Super Captain America? I don't know. Doesn't matter. And then they got Aquaman, who's called the Deep, which they gotta call him Deep Throat, you know what I mean? Because he's shoving it down deep in these girls' throats. And then they got Maeve, which would probably be kind of like Wonder Woman, but she seems more like a Celtic one. And I'm pretty sure they just let I don't know. She just seems really tough, but she just kind of seems like a bitch. She's probably a cat lady. Hard to say. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with being a cat lady. Kitties are great. But she just kind of seems like a bitch. She probably drinks all the time. Is all jaded. They had the Invisible Man, but his ass got fucking murked in the first episode. And the Flash, which is A-Train. I don't quite understand that one. He really looks like Captain America. He's got the same coloring and stuff, and he's got an A on his fucking forehead. It's kind of weird. But I don't know why I guess they had to have a Flash. I don't know what the other one is. I don't think they have a Batman. Or if they do, I just only watched the first episode. They should have a Batman, though. Mainly, they need one hero that's not superpowered in some way. That's always interesting. It's always fun. They can always make fun of them. I'm ready to watch that. I also noticed he's translucent. Well, he seemed to be fairly clear because I didn't notice him. But I'm kind of hoping that's the other thing. I'm kind of looking forward to that Watchmen series. I have HBO, but apparently if you have Prime, you have HBO too, which is nice. Prime is, as much as I like Prime, and as much as I like Amazon Prime's streaming service, I gotta watch The Tick. I realized the season 2 of that came out too. I enjoyed season 1 pretty well. The Tick is always just good fun. Oh, his name was Translucent? He was trans. That's funny. He couldn't identify whether or not he was visible. Or did he identify as visible? I don't know. But, yeah. So, anyhow. This is a good show. I'm looking forward to watching The Tick now that I think about it, too. Because that's out. You guys should check out Britannia. Britannia is really good too. If you haven't seen Britannia, oh yeah, I missed that part. It was kind of hard to hear. That's one of the things I didn't like about that show. Like certain shows where the incidental, like the sound effects and things like that, are really fucking loud, but then the dialogue is super quiet. I notice you encounter that a lot with films that get put on TV. Like if you're watching HBO, like a movie on HBO that was in the theater, but you would think that they would just go in and just, you know, you've got a movie budget. Like, even if you don't have a movie budget, I don't think 16 tracks of audio is too much to fucking be like, oh, we'll just double up the fucking, you know, that way they don't have to. And I don't know how this works either. But it seems like when they mix them for film, the audio for film, you get, you know, all the special effects, the music, all the stuff that's not dialogue, which is weird because they usually just do a fucking a dialogue recording anyway. Like most of that's not recorded live, I don't think. And the dialogue always seems really quiet in comparison to like bullets and stuff like that, which makes sense in a sense because, but when you're trying to watch it on TV and you don't have like, you're just using the TV speakers, it all kind of needs to just be leveled out. So everything just kind of, I don't need the bullet sounds I don't need the gunshots to really pop. It's popping, all right? The gunshots pop enough without having it fucking like, you have to like keep being like way too fucking loud or way too fucking quiet. It's like just make it so all the sounds are essentially the same. I don't need that kind of excitement. Speaking of that, you know what does need excitement is some of my bass signal. Cuz I ran my shit through like an overdrive, like a tube screamer, which is not a tube preamp, just a tube screamer. And sounded great. So now I'm starting to get in the fucking mind of like, I don't run my shit through a bunch of pedals now. I'm thinking about getting a tube screamer. I have a compressor. So I'm going to run that tube screamer probably into the compressor. And then, well, it'll go basically from guitar to my tuner, which is rack mount, then to a tube screamer, which is basically just an overdrive, and then I thought about getting an octave pedal, but with a bass, I don't need to have 2 octaves down from what I'm playing. I would rather have 1 octave up, because that would help it punch a little bit. Maybe I'll get a chorus pedal. That might have the same effect. But I don't know. Just nothing crazy. Maybe an overdrive, maybe a fuzz. Maybe a fuzz pedal. A little bit of fuzz. But basically, fuck that goddamn signal all the way up. Then run it through. And what I ought to do is get 2 compressors. And have one where the attack is all the way, you know, attacking is like attacked really hard. So it hits that attack. And then leave the sustain all the way down at the beginning of the chain. And at the end of the chain, turn the sustain all the way up and turn the attack all the way down. And then turn the levels, you know, roughly, you know, whatever. Either way. And work with that. And then out from that into a fucking noise decimator or a noise gate. And then into the fucking amp. I don't have an effects loop on the amp. Because it's a fucking Ampeg B200. It's fairly fucking simple. I need to get rid of... I kind of like to get rid of it and get a fucking Gallien-Kruger. An old, like, 400 RB or something like that. Something's really simple that just basically has, like... The one thing I like about the Gallien... I mean, my current amp, what I don't like about it and what I do like about it is the fact that it's got... You know, you got your main EQ, which is your low, medium, and high. Or, you know, bass, medium, and treble. And then it's got an active EQ that's like it's like 10 or 12 band fucking parametric bullshit. But I kind of don't like it. Because in reality, what I do like is not having sliders that get all fucking dirty and get all crunchy. I would just rather not have that. I would rather just have a 4-band parametric fucking EQ and a preamp. You know, that's it. Real simple. Try a Boss EQ pedal. Yo, man, try a Boss. Man, hold on. Translucent. That was his name. Butcher Bill tells him how dumb his name was because it doesn't mean invisible. Try a Boss EQ pedal. I might get a Boss EQ pedal, but I'm not going to spend the money on that. I'll go buy a shitty Chinese one. And I don't really need an EQ pedal. Like, the active EQ works fine. It's not scratchy at all. I just don't particularly like. I don't find it necessary. What it does, I tell you what does help though, is having the overdrive going, and that compressor made it sound really good too. Like, my drummer was sitting here. Here's the thing, I think my drummer knows what he's talking about when it comes to how he fucking does shit, because he typically plays bass in other bands and stuff like that, and he's been doing it much longer. He's a much better bassist than I am, far better, but. Fuck him and his dumbass ideas. Like, because he'll sit there and tell me to do something. I'm like, okay. I try it out. And then it's like, oh, great. I can't fucking hear myself play. Like, that's fucking stupid. Every time I do stuff, he's like, I think, oh man, this sounds good. And he's like, oh, it sounds quacky. That was what he was saying the other night. It sounds quacky. I'm like, I like quacky. Who doesn't like DuckTales? Everybody likes DuckTales. You know, I hate a fucking dead bass sound. He's trying, every time he tunes in a fucking EQ, it sounds like dead bass. It's like, there's nothing to it. Like, I like mine like boom, 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 boom. You know, it's got to have like excitement to it. So you need some of those higher and mid-range fucking tones to pop out. Plus, I'm running through a shitty. The first thing I need to actually fucking buy is I need to go get like a 118 or a 115. Because right now I've got a 210 and a 410 cabinet that I'm running parallel, I think, out of the fucking Ampeg. Yeah, but I actually don't need an EQ pedal. The amp itself has an active EQ. And I mean, I have a Jackson fucking Concert 4 bass that's got the active preamp, and it's got a 3-band EQ on it that's active. It's an active EQ, but it's passive pickups. Sounds really good. For some reason, I've had the worst luck with grounding issues. Every fucking bass I own is not grounded fucking correctly, and I'm fucking tired of it. I'm about ready to just get an active fucking bass and just be like, yeah, fuck it, you know? But once I get the thing I hate about that is then you gotta use your fucking power attenuation on the thing, which honestly, if I end up using one of those and I get that pedal set up that I'm thinking about, I don't think I'd have to use the pad on the fucking input, because I think the noise gate and the compressor would take care of that enough to where I would keep it from peaking out on the input side of things. But what I need to do is go get another cabinet, either like a 610 and just get rid of the 2 cabinets I got, or replace the 210 with a 115 or a 118. I'd kind of like to get a 118 just because I like a larger speaker diameter. Really, ideally, what I want is fucking 2 412s. Like, 2 412 cabinets is really, maybe I should, that's what I ought to do. I wish I had a better setup for woodworking, because I would just build some fucking cabinets and order speakers. I don't even think you need that good Like, people talk about fucking, oh, you gotta get the fucking, you gotta get the, what do they call, fucking Eminence. Yeah. You pay $80 a speaker for fucking 8 fucking Eminence speakers, and they sound good, but I bet you I could probably go to some car stereo place and grab some fucking 12s, some woofers out of some car audio shit and probably sound just as fine. Just got to make sure your ohms are set up right. You know, they've got the same frequency response range, which is probably where I'm fucking up, and that's probably why they don't use those for that. I don't know. But I'm sure I can make it work. But I really would like, because they do make, some companies do make some 412 bass speaker configurations. That's really what it's like. Our guitar player, he actually uses a custom deep back guitar. It's a guitar cabinet, but it's got basically the dimensions of a bass. Yeah, the old school kicker. I don't know if that would actually work all that well, because a lot of times, like, I think your instruments, you know, stuff that's used for their single voice coil, and I think the car audio stuff might be double, but I'm not sure. As far as I know, there isn't really that big a difference. Who knows? Who knows? I wish I knew somebody who could just build the shit custom and do it for, you know, a song. That'd be a real way to go about it. Well, alright. It's about 1:30. And, I think I'm going to end this stream. I did my things with the things. And, I talked about stuff, and I did a little show prep. I said, you know what? I'm going to do a performance review. I did well. I don't think I'm going to fire myself. And then I talked about my dinner because we had roast beef and chicken. That's amazing. You don't see that often. It's kind of making me hungry again. I kind of feel like I need to eat. And then I talked about The Boys, where this dude basically sets off on a revenge plot because this guy was speeding and didn't have any insurance. And killed his girlfriends. And then some girl went to the big city and blew a dude to get a job. So, you know, same old story. Hashtag me too. Anyhow, it's been fun, guys. You know, what I really need to do now is come out. I need to get some outro shit going on. That's what I need to do. Because I can't play what I've been... What? Video paused. You keep playing. You don't get the... Oh, did I reach the end of the thing? No. I haven't been listening on my shit. Oh, there we go. Cool. I'm gonna make hamburgers. Hamburgers sounds wonderful. I've eaten so many hamburgers. You know what I had last night? When I left my other job. I had one of their little Supremes. And it was delicious. Albeit, I have to say, I don't like their sauce that much. And the people that made it, I mean, they made it exactly how they're supposed to be made. But it's got no art to it. They don't think, like... I hate a pizza where, like, if you pick it up, the toppings fall off. That's not cool. If you're going to put a lot of toppings on a pizza, you gotta fucking make it so they don't fall off when you pick the motherfucker up. That's some dumb shit. Like, alright, so what you do is you put a little bit of cheese down, and then you put some toppings on, you put a little more cheese. And you put some more toppings, and you put a little more cheese. That's all you gotta do. And then it welds it all together into one beautiful fucking thing. So when you pick it up, your shit doesn't fall off. And then you're eating these sausages off the fucking box. Nobody wants to eat sausages. Nobody wants box sausage. No bits of fucking onion and shit. You weld it together with the cheese. And you don't use it like a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. You know, there you go. But that's just me. Anyhow. Anyhow. Good night, guys. It's been super fun. Oh, how do I end this?